Hello, hello, everybody. 18th of June, 2022. It is again a wonderful Saturday afternoon, and everybody's joining. A lot of people are joining. That's why this black thing pops up, and my team is letting them in. So let me introduce myself. I am Kaat Jacobs. I am the communication manager of Skyworld Community Platform. I got in contact with this platform in 2017. 17, oh my God, that's a long time, yeah? And I can't believe it, but I'm still very passionate about this project because this is something that will change everybody's life, you will see. So in 2017, through an engineer, Vladi Volkov, I got in contact with this technology, and my mind was blown away. I love technology. I love nature. I love changes. And I think transportation is very old, the way we transport ourselves, more than 150 years old. So it's time for us for changes, yes? Okay, and this is a big change. I will show you all everything. I mean, yeah, I love technology, and I will explain to you why it is so important to know what this technology is about. Why? Because when you become a co-owner, you own a piece of this technology, and you will see this technology is so special that that it is a success. It can't be otherwise. Yeah. It's so advanced than all the others, and it gives such a big solution for all the transportation problems in the world. So this is what I told my friends, family, colleagues, neighbors, and my team just grew big time. Yeah. And then the board members asked me, are you interested in a business coach course? And I am a life coach, health coach, and conscious coach, but business was not my niche. And what did I do? I said, yes, I like changes. I like changes. And let me double check if we're still recording, because the recording.
Yes, we are recording now.
Yes, recording is on. Okay, so thank you, Sarah. So my team grew, and I went and said yes to this business coach course. And you see here in the picture, 130 people from all over the world. 5 translators were in the room with us. So, I mean, from all over the world, the people they were all business people. And I was one of, simple, not at all into business. And after every month we had a course in another country for 1 year. And after 1 year, I was chosen one of the 3 leaders of the leaders team. That was how the group was called, the leaders team. And so the board members asked me to become a communication manager. So here I am. So these are the board members. Let me introduce you, Evgeny Kudryshov, that is the financial director. He's dealing with financial platforms. That's a challenge. And then you have the only female, Irina Volkova. She's an engineer. Then you have František Solar. He's a businessman and engineer. Dr. Vladimir Maslov. He's a lawyer and doctor in economics. And František and Dr. Maslov, they're in Vietnam, and they fly all over the world to look to see and approve projects. Then you have Alexei Shukurdiev, and he's also an engineer, the youngest of them all, and he's also helping us with funnel systems, and with he knows a lot about cryptocurrencies and financial systems. And it's nice to speak to this man. He gives you a lot of information. If he comes to a meeting, that is always very interesting. And then what is Skyworld Community? Skyworld Community is a crowdfunding platform. We give the opportunity for people to be active in a convertible loan this you have two options: or you get your money back after 3 years with 4% interest, or you can get dividend shares in return. And our platform is a crowdfunding platform, and our platform give people the opportunity to become a participant or a co-owner. Then you can also become a partner. So there's a team structure on there. And I will answer all the questions after the meeting, after the recording. So you can become a partner. Without investment, you can already make it a business. Why is that? We want to share this information with the world, like I'm doing now for you guys. And then you can become, like me, a co-owner and a partner. And I'm a very proud co-owner, because this is an amazing, amazing technology. So why are we putting so much time and effort in this technology? Please mute. Thank you. This is called, the technology is called Unitsky. It is innovative transportation. That means it is not yet on the market. It's above the ground. You can see it in the picture. So we overcome all traffic jams. It is highly developed. There's space engineering in there. So no pollution, ecological top, and we can build anywhere. And I will explain you what I mean with anywhere, and I mean it literally. So bear with me. I will show you some details from the technology, and then we go into the dividends and the stock market and all the questions that people ask me every day. So we know that our nature is challenging us every day, and we also made a mess ourselves. We all know that in every country. Yeah, I don't have to tell you that. And Unitsky gives a very hustle-free, clean, smooth, easygoing solution. And there's no effective solution at this moment. How do I know that? How can I be so sure about that? Well, I was in 4 meetings in the harbor of Antwerp. You can see me here, and you can see me here, and you can see me here. We were there with lawyers, we were there with engineers, and they have big problems. And I was, holding my head in my hand, shocked by all these problems. Such a big harbor. I mean, it's one of the biggest harbors in the world. And they have such big transportation problems. So they told us that they didn't find an effective solution. Yeah, an effective solution for the last 12 years. Yeah, 12 years. And that is already 4 years ago. So this last 16 years, they had no solution, zero solution. And they lose a lot of money. Please mute. Thank you. They lose a lot of money every day because of the transportation problems. Yes, and they're looking for it. Yeah, there are many companies who came with solutions. They showed us, but much too expensive or ineffective. Yeah, so here you go. That's how I know. And when we were there, we didn't even have a transportation for container. And the CEO, the boss of the CEO of the port asked us, go back to your CEO and ask him if he has a solution for the transportation of containers. We didn't. And so Vladi, the engineer who introduced me to the technology, you see this man in the middle, Vladi Volkov, he went back to the CEO and he said, this is the problem in such a big harbor. You have a solution. And our CEO said, we don't have time for that. We don't have money for that. We will see that later, because we were busy with other transportation. So which transportation were we busy with? With these. We started with this one, the Unibike and the Unibus. That was the whole, idea. Unibike, Unibus. Why? Because human transportation is a big thing everywhere, correct? Yes. But then the demand was much, much bigger. Yeah. Well, the countries asked transportation for very high temperatures, moist areas, and areas with a lot of sand. This is the tropical one. Then you have for very cold temperatures. This is for a vehicle for very cold temperatures. Also bigger vehicles, not only single vehicles, then very fast vehicles. This one goes between 500 and 600 kilometers an hour. Then solutions for loose cargo, and then I will tell you the story how this ended up. And this one is one of the smallest, the Uniwind, and that's a very special story. So maybe mute, thank you. That's a very special story. I will tell you more about it. So this is what we offer. Yeah, we started with this one, the Unibike. 2 people, Unibus, 14 people. And people say, yeah, it's only designs, but here you go. They're on the tracks, they're certified, and they can be used. Yeah, this is a double rail, a single rail. This is the Unibike, Unibus. And then you have the tropical one, remember? High temperature, here you go, a real picture. This is a large one. This is on the tracks in our test park. Then this vehicle is amazing. I saw it in use on our test park. This is for loose cargo. It's a uni truck. It can be loaded and unloaded. This is a real picture. Loaded and unloaded in 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. 3 seconds. Amazing. And then you have the Unitrans. This is a complicated system to load and unload loose cargo from ships or containers. And then I told you, I promised you a story about the Uniwind. Here's the Uniwind. The Uniwind is one of the lightest we have. And can you see this big anchor? That's where the Uniwind is rolling on. These are the string rails, yeah. But at the other side, you see a vehicle looks like a helicopter, but it's not. It's not a helicopter. This is also a design of our CEO. This is a drone. This is a picture I make myself. You see in the back, people standing there. So this is quite a big vehicle, and it is remote controlled, and it can lift one ton. So this vehicle can lift this anchor. It can be brought anywhere in the world, in any remote area. Then you need a helicopter with some technical people. They put the anchor in the ground, and there you go. That's how we can build anywhere without nature disturbance, environment disturbance. You got me, yeah? Then my favorite one, the Uniflash. I was in it. You see me here sitting in it. It was a very, very special experience. It was shown the first time to the world, premiere in Berlin, in the biggest transportation fair in the world for professionals, not for public, for professionals. 1.5 million people come there every 2 years. We were overflown. I mean, our place was just overflown by people, and people loved it. I mean, the first time I saw it, I was even myself blown away. And even people knocked on it to see if it was real. I thought it was cardboard or, you know, some sort of plastic, but it's real. And it's on the tracks. You can see it. You can see a lot of videos. I made a lot of videos about it, of course, on the tracks later on when I was in the test park. So yes, this is a vehicle that goes between 500 and 600 kilometers an hour. And then here you have the cargo, the container transportation, the Unicont. This is on the tracks. You see it here. So the story about this one, I told you when I was in the harbor 14 years ago. no, 14 years ago, 4 years ago. We didn't have one yet. So the harbor asked us, go to your CEO and please ask a solution for the container transportation. And our CEO said, no, we don't have time. We don't have the money at the moment. We're focusing on other ones. They were focusing on the high speed. And then the pandemic came. We had time. And we had the money in the meanwhile. So that's what they did. You can see here the engineers constructing the engine and the chassis. And here you go, $1, the 100 ton the kilometer. This is in Sharjah and this is in Belarus. If you see sand, that's our test park in Sharjah. And if you see green grass, that's in Belarus. We have 2 test parks in the world. And yes, it's real now. It's on the tracks and we're in the process of certifying it. That takes a long time and it's a very difficult process and also a very expensive process. And then the latest, the Unilight, that was a demand from a lot of people, inclusive the Dalai Lama. This is a vehicle that is very, very light and 2-3 people can be transported in it, or, you know, maybe more 4. But this is a vehicle that can be built like the Uniwind anywhere, and it's specialized for tourism. Yeah. So you can see there's a lot of glass in there. You have beautiful views. And why the Dalai Lama? Because he lives in an area, very remote area, but there is 1.5 million and even more yearly pilgrims coming to him. And they have to go through very, you know, unpleasant way traveling. And so the Dalai Lama asked Unitsky, give me a solution to get the pilgrims up here in a safe way and ecological way. And that's what Unitsky did. So you can see this U-Light. It's a design, but it's not only a design, it's in process of certification at this moment. So yeah, another vehicle and another solution. So how does this technology work? Let me explain you the secret about this. And people who love technology, they will be blown away. And people who don't love technology, you will see that it's very, very logical. Yeah, it's not rocket science. It's very logical. So this is a metal rail. This metal rail is filled up with flexible concrete. That is a patent of our CEO. One of the patents. I will tell you that a lot because this man is amazing. Yeah, he's a genius. So that means that the rail can't break. Yeah, flexible concrete. The rail can't break. That means tsunamis, hurricanes, earthquakes, the rail will not break. Then you have these white dots. These are not white dots. These are metal strings wrapped around each other. Yeah, you have 7 metal strings wrapped around each other. So if they wrapped around each other, they can bear much more heavy loads than if it's a single string. That's logical, is it? We do it with rope. Yeah. So Unitsky did this with metal strings, and these metal strings are very high quality, and they are produced in my country, Belgium. So yes, I'm very proud of that. And on top of that, you see some metal coating, and this is also a patent of the CEO. That is a special combination of metal, this on the rail and on the wheel. And if the wheel drives over this metal rail, it will almost give no friction. And remember this. This is very important for the energy consumption. No friction means also less energy consumption, but also no sound. We all know trains and trams and metros, they make this squeezing sound, metal on metal, horrible sound, I think. And it is very disturbing. Well, this will not make that noise. So you can see we can also transport anything in the rail. Everything is possible, yeah. And then our string rail are 5 times smoother and 3 times stronger. And I tell you a story. I was in these vehicles and I had to look outside. I was standing straight, yeah, with my iPhone in my hand, looking around, filming, you know, the enthusiastic people inside, the co-owners with me. And I had to look outside to see if we were moving. And we were. And I was standing up filming, didn't need to hold my hands, and no sound. Yes. And why is that? Because the rails are double anchored. You see the A and the B, that's a normal anchor. And then there's a double anchor in here, the red arrows. Yeah. So that's why it's 5 times smoother and 3 times stronger. And we can build anywhere, above water, above mountains, and above valleys. And I tell you why. We have 3 sort of string rails. The first one is the flexible one. Between 2 anchors, there can be 5 kilometers in between. From where you were sitting now, the next 5 kilometers is the next anchor. Can you imagine? That is mind-blowing. Yeah. So 5 kilometers between 2 anchors. You can overcome a river. You can overpass a river. I mean, you can connect 2 mountain hills with each other. You name it, yeah. And then the second one is the rigid one. That's the one for the very, very heavy load. Yeah, very heavy load. That means 60,000 people in 1 hour we can transport. For example, in rush hour between 2 big cities, and you see it's a double one. Let me take a sip of water here. It's quite warm. You see it's a double one, so the high speed can be on top, and there can be passenger transportation or cargo underneath, whatever the country needs. And then the semi-rigid one is like a tram or a train or a metro, but then, yeah, in the city, but above everything. And the views are amazing, and you overpass every traffic jam. Hallelujah. Yeah, we need that. I'm ready for that. I don't know about you, but we're ready for that. So, and then this is the engine. This is the heart of the technology. This is also a pattern of the CO. So that means it's a new engine. This engine can run on any environment-friendly fuel. You see the wheel here. I told you there's a special metal coating on the wheel, and then you see here the tracks. The wheel go on the tracks, and there's a wheel at the side. You cannot see it on the picture. That's the anti-derailing system, so the wheel will not drive off the rail. Of course, this technology is thought of for 40 years by our CEO. So what are the advantages? Okay, I'll show you some advantages. Remember the friction, the wheel, the metal, that special metal. Well, here's another advantage, the aerodynamics. You saw that the vehicles have a special design, yeah? So what is the challenge with the current cars? The cars are on the road. The air is trapped underneath the car. You can see this yellow arrow here. And it swirls at the back when the air comes under the car at the back. It swirls. So it pulls the car a little bit backwards. And that takes a lot of fuel for the vehicle to get forward. And you see here a Formula One car. You also see the swirling at the back. It's the CX, that's the expression of the aerodynamics, is much better, but still the swirling at the back. So the vehicle needs extra fuel to go forward. Then you see Unitsky here. People try to come in. Let me get them in because that's annoying. So our vehicle, the Unitsky, is in the air, so the air doesn't get trapped. So if this vehicle passes you by, the CX is 0.06. If this vehicle passes you by, you will not feel it, you will not hear it, and the leaves on the trees will not move. Think about that. And of course, because of the design, every vehicle uses much less fuel, specified 880 ton for each year, each vehicle. So that is a big plus, yeah? And then all the other parameters. The capital cost. I was in these meetings in the harbor of Antwerp, and they asked immediately, what is the price? How much does this cost? Yeah. The costs are very low, lower than every other vehicle existing in the world. Then the operation costs, very low. Thank you. The operation cost very low. So that's the maintenance, yeah, that maintenance. And then you have the energy consumption, very low. I told you, you know, the friction of no friction, and then the aerodynamics. Can you please mute? Thank you. Yes, the energy consumption is very low. Yeah, the design and so on. But then the capacity, boom, you know, better than all the rest. And of course, the last two ones, the environmental pollution and the transport accident rates are very low. So our CEO said, if we are going to use this transportation and we replace 50% of the transportation, the current transportation, I will save 1.5 million people's life, because that is how many people die every year in transportation accidents. Did you know that? And many more are scarred for life. And then the economics and the, you know, the speed, the delivery cost and the delivery time, very fast and very cheap. You can see it. We're doing pretty good. And then people say to me, yeah, Kaat, but there are other transportations in the world. There are other solutions. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Let's compare. You have the monorail at the moment. You have the magnet levitation, and you have the hyperloop. Yeah. Okay, they're all ecological friendly. Good, that's very good. They're all safe, thank God. Yeah, the hyperloop medium, but still doing good. But then, listen up. They all need a flat ground before they start building. Do you know, in a hilly environment, what it needs to, you know, or a swamp environment, what it takes, time, effort, money, people to give you know, to make a flat ground before they can start building. And we can build anywhere. We only need a place to put our anchors. No limits. And then people say, yeah, God, but the hyperloop is 1,200 kilometers an hour. And time is money, you know, we want it very fast. Yes, correct. But see the price tag. 100 million and more the kilometer. See our price tag, between 3 and 8 million the kilometer. 3 for a single, 8 for a double rail. Yeah. Did you know that a normal train track costs, not the vehicle, the train track costs 22 million the kilometer, 22 million the kilometer. So if you're not, next time, if you're in a train, every kilometer, 22 million. Can you imagine? Yeah. So we give a solution, a very good solution. So that was it about the technology. Let me introduce you the brain, the genius behind this technology. Let me introduce you Dr. Anatoly Unitsky Eduardovich. This man is a genius. Let me hide this floating channel so I can show him better. This man is just a genius. He has 150 inventions on his name. 150 inventions, yeah, patents. How many do you and I have? This man has 150 inventions on his name. And he wrote 20 monographies. That means books, 20. And he wrote 200 scientific papers, 200 scientific papers. I always say to people, if this man was a actor, he would be world famous. But he is. He's world famous in the engineer world and the science world. He's a space engineer, and he's now 73 years old. He doesn't need to work, but he's doing this. He had this vision when he was 6 years old that he would change the transportation in the world. And this man is doing it. It took him 40 years to design and to develop, and now it's here. And these are his designs. Old designs, new designs, and this is a first test vehicle. You can see him here standing underneath. This vehicle is still there. It's renovated and shown off in the park in Belarus. And this is the latest one. This is Sky Space. He wants to take all the factories into space and make the planet completely green. And I signed for that. So here are some patents, yeah, 150 patents all over the world. Here are some examples, pictures of all these patents. And he took the transportation all over the world. And yes, we were welcomed everywhere, yeah, because there's in every country is huge transportation problem. And you see me here standing with the CEO and the engineer I told you who introduced me to the technology. And these two gentlemen, from the local, from my Belgium country, from the national railroad company. And they asked me, can you get your CEO, because we need more information about the high speed, because we have big problems in the railroads. And yeah, we had this conversation, and Dr. Unitsky explained them what the possibilities were. So, and behind a strong man, there's a strong woman, and this is Madam Nadezhda. She is the wife of Unitsky. She's also an engineer, and she's quite a good businesswoman. She won a certificate in 2018 of good management. So, and thanks to her, we survived a pandemic, and the company is still healthy, up and running. So what is the production? That means, what is the result? What is the result of gathering all this money for this technology? What did we do with it? Well, we bought an office, we sold it again. We bought a bigger office, we sold it again. And this is the latest office we bought. We have more than 600 employees, and they have to fit in somewhere. And this is in Minsk, Belarus. And Belarus is an independent country between Russia and Europe, yeah. This is our office. It's highly secured. You can only enter with a hand scan. I'm still letting people in. Why? Because we have to protect our technology. Yeah, it's a new technology, and a lot of companies want to know the details. You can see here the picture inside the office, and down below the lowest picture, some beautiful vehicles, and underneath all the employees that work for us. And these are all highly educated people, designers, engineers, and technical people. Then we have our own factory. I mean, the office building is ours, yeah, no bank. It's ours. Then the factory, the same, it's ours. So the factory with the middle building, in the middle, the white and the blue behind, that's the factory. And of course, the technical, the administration part. Then we had to build another building. You see here the blue one, the smaller one, and then the bigger one at the right. Why? Because yeah, we started with 2 vehicles and we had to expand and expand. On the 2 lowest at the bottom pictures, you have the tropical vehicle. Remember, the one who can stand very high temperature, moist, and sand. Sand can be very little for technology. And then at the right, this is a vehicle that can stand very cold temperature. Then people ask me, but God, these vehicles are in the air and they're made completely out of glass. And that's what I was thinking also in the beginning. And I will answer all the questions after the recording. Thank you. So yes, they're made out of glass. And how come that the glass, is it safe if you're in the air? And can you unmute? Can you unmute? Thank you. And so the glass is also a patent of our CEO. This is smart glass. There can be a projectile, sharp projectile, impacting at 500 kilometers an hour, and the glass will not break. And it also keeps the temperature at a very pleasant temperature in the vehicles, no matter the temperature outside. So it is called smart glass. Then we have a test park, number 1 in Belarus. You see the green, that is in Belarus. That's how you can define which test park. I told you before. You can see here now 7 tracks. If you count them very carefully, it's 7 tracks. 7 tracks that are tested, vehicles test on it. There are, here's the museum, and there is the eco house. This is the eco house, one of my dreams. And can you please mute, sir? Thank you. The eco house is a self-sufficient house. Yeah, completely self-sufficient. On top of the roof, there is a garden, food garden. And here you have some fruit trees. You even have a greenhouse in between these trees. And you have a pond in front of the eco house with fish in. Why do we do that? If delegates from all over the world come to us, we give them fish out of our ponds, we give fruit and vegetables from our own gardens to show them that this transportation is top, 100% ecological. Yes, that's why we do that. And this was a swamp area, a test area for the army. And look how beautiful it is. I've been there twice. It is just an amazing place. And then the other test park is in Sharjah, next to Dubai. And listen up, please. If you want to go there, if you fly extra, special for to see the technology, you have to make a you have to contact here. You make a screenshot. You have to make an appointment. You have to make an appointment because they're working and they don't let people in without an appointment. So if you want to see it, if you want to visit it, you have to make an appointment. So please take a screenshot and call them up, send them an email, and not the day before, please, but at least 2 or 3 months before. Because we are working all the time there. And here are some pictures. This was a very special day, this big picture. It's me there in the middle. It was a very, very warm day, but it didn't stop us because this was the celebration of the first anchor in the ground in Sharjah. That was a huge step for us again. And this is the leaders team. Remember from the beginning that I'm one of the 3 leaders of the leaders team. Well, this is a part of the leaders team. And we had a big celebration there. And then the picture on the right above, that is the CEO, Unitsky, Dr. Unitsky, with the CEO of the test park of Sharjah. And he's proudly showing the board where you go to, how you go to the test center in Sharjah. And then I told you they're working there. This is the latest station for passenger and cargo, and they're connecting the string rails to the station. So that's why we're not just can hop in and have a visit. You understand that? Yeah. All right. And then these are some amazing pictures. Imagine Sharjah. Yeah, we were there. It was 57, almost 60 degrees. The sand was so hot, if you kneel down, you burn your knee through your pants. Yeah, it was so hot. And this is the eco house. This is the eco house in Sharjah. And how do we do this? So green. Well, Unitsky designed a hummus. He called it a hummus. He designed a hummus for what? Well, he said, if we will take over 50% of the transportation technology in the world, there will be a lot of roads that are not necessary, and we can take away these roads and put green instead. But some of these roads are there 100 years. So let me let these people in. So the ground, the soil underneath these roads is dead for so many years. No oxygen, no light, nothing. So he designed and he experimented with whatever bacteria and I don't know how you call it, but he called it humus. And I read about it. It's amazing. He did a lot of experiments with it, and it is succeeding. And you can see. I mean, this is in the middle of the desert. It's very, very hot there, sun all day long, and this is the result. After 1 year. So you can see here the tree and the grass. It's in the middle of the desert. So this shows that this man knows what he is doing. And of course, we made the news everywhere. You can see so much written about the technology. And we were also in CNN Business and Fox News. And then our email and telephone experienced a tsunami, of course. People needed to know what we were doing. Then we were at the Expo 2020 in Dubai. And this is a delegation of Skyworld community visiting the Expo. And then we also were at the Smart City India Expo. And here are some pictures of our colleague, Said, who was there and did a great job. To be there 2 days for the investors and new investors and people who want to know about the technology. And then this is a very special picture. Let me hide the floating panel. This is a picture of Dr. Anatoly Unitsky holding a certificate. And this certificate says that Unitsky String Technology, Inc., that is the company's name, is a reliable and bona fide partner of business activities in Belarus and abroad. So this means that we are allowed to build in the world. So USky will be the new transportation in the world. So, planes and trams and trains and cars and motorcycles and tractors and you name it, yeah, bicycles. And then now there will be USky transportation. And these are one of the lucky ones. This is Nigeria. It's my colleague in the middle here, my colleague Christian van de Vijver. He's from Belgium. And they were in Anambra State. I think it's a very beautiful name. Together with His Lordship Governor Charles Chukwuma Soludo. This governor is an innovative person. He wants to make his state a clean green state. He already built a good airport, and he also wants to bring this transportation in his state. So this is him. It's a very innovative guy. I have a lot of respect for him because he's doing something else. He's doing something else, bring changes in the world. And we need people like him, many people like him. So yes, we had loads and loads of delegates in Georgia and in Belarus to look for the technology and experience themselves. So now about the investment. Okay, investment. We have a 15-stage financial plan. We do not have to finish this 15 stage before we get dividends. We started in 2014, with zero, nothing, only an idea. And every stage we bought something new, and we brought a new vehicle out. And stage 8, the risk was gone. Why? Because there was enough asset to pay back the investors. Yeah. And now we're in 14.2, only one little step to the end. When will it end? Yesterday I was speaking, no, 2 days ago, I was speaking with a board member, and he said Unitsky is talking to very big investors. And I said, oh, that is dangerous for the small investors. He said, yes. I said, what does it mean? He said, it can end anytime. So, and luckily there are a lot of small investors still grabbing their chance. And I want to pull as many small investors as I can, because this is a life changer. So the smallest package is $50. You get 800 shares. You even have packages to pay off 5 to 9 months. And we are more than 400,000 investors on the platform. So what you get in your hands, let me take a sip of water. You get dividend shares in option. That's how they called before the company goes public. These are shares that will give you a passive income for life. Yeah. So you get a piece of the company, and the company is obliged to pay you 20% of the profit to the shareholders. 20% is a lot. Normally it's 6%, but Unitsky said, I will pay 20% of the profit will go to the shareholders. Yeah. So the dividend holders. So if you bought dividends, you download your contract, you put that contract on paper, yeah, you print it out, you put it also on a USB stick, you put it in a plastic bag, and you seal it, because this is a contract for life. Unitsky gives 100 years guarantees on the track. 100 years guarantee on the tracks. Yeah, so 100 years from now, where are you? So this is for life. And yes, it is inherited. So your children and grandchildren will experience a financial safety net. Doesn't matter what happens in the world. If we build and we make profit, and we make profit this year, we get shares. Yeah, we get shares. We get dividends for our shares. And how much will it be? The first 4 years, it will not be so much, because the small project will be finished. It doesn't take so long for the small projects. But then after 4 years, the big projects will be finished. And then the big profit will come in. Yes. So yes, it is inherited. If you want to fill in your inheritance, then you go to your back office, you go to settings, you go to personal, you scroll down, settings, personal, scroll down, and there you can put in your children's name, email addresses, and you can fill in as many as you want. I don't know how many children you have or grandchildren you have, but you can put in as many as you want. And yes, you can sell your shares if we go public. When will we go public? It would be suicide to go public now, because the stock market is very unstable at the moment, and we have no commercial project up and running at the moment. So who would care about normal stocks? Nobody. So it would be suicidal, yes. And I also asked you the question, would you sell the goose with the golden eggs? I mean, if you sell your shares, somebody else will get rich for the rest of their lives. Let that please sink in. Yeah, people will make fast money, but if you get money every year and your children, imagine that you bought shares, your grandfather bought shares 150 years ago from a railroad company, yeah, who built railroads. You would have been financially free for the rest of your life, your grandfather, your grand-grandfather, and you, because there are railroad companies who are 150 years old, and Unitsky gives 100 years guarantees, does the maintenance. Yeah. Do you know what you got in your hands? The diamonds. So what about the stock market? Yeah, a lot of people ask me, when are we going to the stock market? That's because you're misinformed. Yeah, the people who sold it to you, they sold it as normal shares. These are not normal shares. These are dividend shares. Yes, dividend option shares. Okay, so we are here, yeah, this big error here, we are here in the pre-IPO. We get the A-class shares. The A-class shares are the best of the best, the diamonds, yeah. We are buying these now between 2 and 6 cents each. 2 and 6 cents each. That's nothing, yeah. I bought normal shares, B-class shares of Tesla for 46 each, and I sold them for 84 each, and I thought I made a big profit. But come on, this is for life. The A-class shares is for life. For life. Let me try to get these people in. So what has the stock market for influence on our shares? Yeah, the A-class shares. If the B-class shares go on the stock market, if the company would go on the stock market would be stable. We have a lot of commercial projects up and running. Everybody starts knowing Unitsky and Unitsky String Technology company. Okay, we put shares on the stock market. Then what happens? If people sell and buy, and the price goes up, yeah, the demand goes up, the price goes up, people make a little bit profit, then the company, yeah, profit will go up. And 20% of the profit of the company goes to the shareholders, the A-class shares. So if the profit goes up, we, the A-class shareholders, will get more dividend for one share. So the more shares you got, the better. Do you understand? Do you understand? If you don't understand, please ask me later on. So this is a proof that we are a healthy company. Unitsky String Technology Inc. successfully passed the audit. Every year, it's a big thing, the audit. You see the stamp, it's all okay. Here is inside of our office building with all the employees working for us, designers and so on, working for us. So I always say, get shares in this rapidly growing transportation company, because we are growing very, very fast. And how do you do that? You give your name, email, and phone number to the person who invited you to this meeting. If you saw this by chance and you have nobody who invited you, please put your email in the chat, and we will help you, because you need a sponsor. That is how we call it. A person who helps you through the procedure. how to get a back office. This is a back office. You need an email, a password, but it's a whole process, yeah. And it's all done legally. You have to upload your documents, do the KYC, you know, it's official, yeah. And this is the only address. Please copy this address, send it to yourself in an email, because if you Google this address, there are hackers on the net, and if you upload, you enter your back office, you don't know anything about it, they change a little bit here in the name, you upload money and your money is gone. It happened, yes, and we cannot do anything about it. So please send your email, send this browser address of our back office to yourself in an email, and start from your email. It is much, much, much safer. Please do it. And then I told you the shares are ridiculous cheap, 6 cents, 2 cents. The more you buy, you got $4,000, 30,000 shares, 30,000 shares, yeah, 3 cents a share. That's very, very cheap. And you have also these packages. For example, here again, the one of 1,000, you pay off 5 months, 200 each month. You get 28,000 shares. If you start with a double payment, you get 1,000 on top. Yeah, that's 29,000 shares. If you subscribe for the first time, you do your KYC, you upload your first money, you upload you pay your first payment, and within 7 days you get 10% on top of that. On top of that, yeah. So if you do a double payment, you have 29,000 shares. If you very quick, 10% on top, that means 2,900 on top for free, yeah. So if you want to become a shareholder, do it after the weekend, because in the weekend our KYC people are not working, and then you have a whole week to do your KYC. It takes 24 hours. Then upload your money and do the first payment and I did it a lot, so with a lot of people, so it is possible in seven days. And there's a championship at this moment from the 1st of May till the 14th of July. That's the first stage. There are 3 stages till the end of the year, and they give 1 million shares for free to the winner. 1 million shares. Also, the other winners can win 100 discount. That means for $1, 100 shares. So these packages are, for example, $5,000, or and you get 500,000 shares, yeah. And this discount you will have for the rest, so as long as we're still offering shares. That is a very big advantage, not only for you, but for 3 people in your downline too. So be smart. And then you have the app. This is for free. You go to the App Store, Sky World Community SWC. This is our logo, nothing else. This is my phone. You can put it in English. You see on this app, you see the latest news. You see your shares, how much money did you upload, how many people in your structure, if you want to be active, and so on and so on. And then please, as this is a personal request, please, please, please go to social media of Anatoly Unitsky Eduardovich. You can find him everywhere. Unitsky, just put in his name in Google. You find him on Facebook, you find him on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Say hello to him, say good words to him. Say, tell all your people in your structure to do the same. You know, this man is 73 years old. he shouldn't be working, but he's doing this for the world. Yeah, and he's doing it is for us, and also as we are co-owners, he's doing it also for the co-owners, not only for us the co-owners, but also to do it for the planet, for the next generation. So say hello to him, be nice to him, be kind to him, support him, thank him. Please do this. And you can see also the websites of our company, and we have a brand new website. This is the brand new website of our company. It was normally unitsky.com, and now it's ust.inc. They upgraded it, they made it beautiful. Yeah, go there, show people, make some screenshots, put it on your Facebook or whatever, show it off, and say hello to our CEO. He deserves it. So my name is Kaat Jacobs. I am the communication manager of the platform. You can reach me on my groups, Skyworld No Millionaires. That was a joke. Facebook group, YouTube channel, Telegram group, and Instagram. This was started with a joke in Unitrons when we had this first time premiere of the high speed. After 3 days of hard work, we were sitting down with one of the people who are doing who does the communication with the Arabic world, and he sat with us and he said, "Congratulations, you guys did a very good job." And he showed his personal telephone. He said, "Do you know that the co-owners, the people who own shares of this company, will be the new millionaires of the world, but they don't know it yet. And here you go." I said to my colleague, "Wow, that's a great name for a Facebook group." So we started this Facebook group, and there are now more than 11,000 people in there. I have to upgrade my picture because it's 11,500 now. And you can reach me on WhatsApp. You can reach me on YouTube, Telegram, Instagram. You can reach me on India here, India@skyway.capital. Why? Because I'm also responsible for the beautiful country, India. So thank you very much to be here with me in this recording. I would love to meet you live after the recording, of course. Then you can ask me any questions. So maybe next time on Saturday afternoon, you're with me. So I will stop the recording and maybe see you next time live.